Some Sunday afternoon baseball from Sparky Anderson Field. Welcome everybody into today's broadcast along with Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkind, and this is Oaks Baseball on KDTV. The Oaks set to play the Ventura Halos in game number 4 of 6 this season. The teams are split at 2 games apiece, looking to edge each other out here. The Oaks coming in today's game off a loss yesterday in a controversial ending, 7-6 against the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Halos coming off a loss as well. Halos come into today's game under Vince Segisi at 13-13 overall, 9-13 in the CCL. The Oaks are 18-12 under head coach David Solis and 12-10 in the CCL. Jonah, a lot of interesting calls yesterday that resulted in eventually the loss. While you could blame the final call as the reason that the Oaks lost, they still put them in a situation where that call made a difference to them. How do they avoid that situation from happening? Because yes, you could look at missed strike calls. You could look at a bad call from at home plate that would have resulted in a game tying run. But they should have never been in this situation to begin with. They should have been up, and they weren't. What do they need to do to get up early? Because to me, it seems like they're only scoring runs late, and it's been hurting them as of late.
Well, you just said it. The first time they were able to plate a run came in the top of the 6th inning. And by that point, they were already down 3-0. And the other issue is leading up to that 6th inning, they left 6 runners on base. That's more runners that they should be leaving on base in an entire game, let alone just 5 innings. So the best piece of advice for the Oaks is you have to get off to a better start out of the gates quickly. And I'm not just talking about one run. We saw a few games ago they were able to plate 1 run early, but ultimately, they played 1 run against the Ventura County Pirates, but ultimately lost. They won, but it took them 11 innings to do that. So you combine the fact that they're getting off to bad starts with 3 costly errors on the road. Those aren't recipes for success, and we've seen that there's been a slight decline in the level of play from the bullpen as of late. A couple guys have been struggling. So what that puts more pressure on is the actual starters in the infield and outfield players to get off to better starts, generate hits, and that way they don't put as much pressure late in the game on their pitchers to seal the deal.
Yeah, the bullpen has been quite the Achilles heel as of late. Jackson Simonsgaard has been the most reliable pitcher out of the bullpen, along with Angus Dent and Simonsgaard getting the day off today after pitching the last 2 games. This is the 6th and final game of this week. The Oaks will have a day off tomorrow before hitting the road to Long Beach on Tuesday. The Halos and the Oaks for the 4th time today of the season set to match up in today's game. In about 4 or 5 minutes from now, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, the national anthem, starting lineups, and of course, your first pitch. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back. Back here at George Sparky Anderson Field, before we get you your starting lineups, we're going to send it to our PA announcer, Chris Raffanelli, for our national anthem.
Kindly rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Nice rendition of our nation's anthem here at Sparky Anderson Field. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin, myself, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseball on KDTV. It's a hot one today at 95 degrees. The temperature here in Thousand Oaks, California. Back for a one-game homestand before the Oaks have a day off tomorrow and hit the road to head on to Long Beach on Tuesday. But first, we have a game to play here, the Oaks and the Halos. Give you the starting lineups first for the visiting Ventura Halos. They come in today's game at 13-13 overall. 9-13 in the CCL. They also are currently fourth in the CCL Central. Christopher May will lead things off out in center field. Undecided where he's going to go from the College of the Canyons. Dayton Provost out in second base from College of the Canyons is batting second. Dalton Duarte behind him at first base from Cal State University Dominguez Hills. Christian Jones in the cleanup spot out in right field from the University of Washington. Behind him, Daniel Edson catching from USC. Occupying the sixth spot is Blake Mann out in second base from the University of California, Santa Barbara. Calvin Ferris in the seventh spot. DHing today's game from Brown. Arnett Johnson out in left field is in the eighth spot from Cal State LA. And to clean up the order for the Halos, Fabian Barcina is playing shortstop from Ventura College. On the mound for them will be the Cal State San Bernardino product, Carnard Arnold. The field for the Oaks, I'll give you the lineup for them in the bottom half of the first. Out in right is Jason Oliver, DJ Miller in center, Milo Beeman left. Cody Santana at first, Max Weinstein at second, Sam Shaken at short. Over at third is Grant Mayu. Behind the dish in today's game, Juan Gonzalez and Ray Lambert, the San Diego State Aztec, is on the mound today to start this one. The Oaks are in their navy blue uniforms with white letters on the front outlined by a baby blue lining and white letters on the back. The Halos are in their navy blue uniforms with white letters on the back and a red H on the front with a yellow halo above one of the pillars of the H. Christopher May will step in and kick things off here for the Halos. The Oaks lost the Halos 8-7 a week ago.
Number 18, Christopher May.
They were down 8-3 going to the ninth inning, poured on a couple runs, but still couldn't come back, ended up losing 8-7. Christopher May did not play in that game. But in today, by the way, Ray Lambert did start that game as he deals the first pitch. Popped up towards right and foul for strike number one. First pitch time, 12:01 local. 95 degrees and slight breeze out to right. Lambert pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. He deals the 0-1, a curveball upstairs for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lambert started his college career at Cal State University Northridge, where he redshirted. He transferred to Ventura College after, as he peers and fires the 1-1. May takes the curveball up and in for ball 2. 2-1 the count. He pitched sub-2 ERA at Ventura College, one of the best pitchers on the team. He had a 9-2 record. Now at San Diego State, as he kicks and fires the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, but nope, called ball by the umpire. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dayton Provost and Dalton Duarte behind May. Had a phenomenal 2 years at College of the Canyons. As Lambert deals the 3-1, swung and a missed for strike number 2, and that'll bring the count full now. First batter of the day works the count, and now we're in a full count situation here for Lambert. Toes the rubber, palms the ball. Kicks and fires the payoff pitch. May rips it towards center, but Miller will glide over to his left and make the catch for out number 1.
Great pitch from Lambert, forcing the issue and forcing May to have to take a big swing at it. And it's such a luxury to have a guy like Miller right behind you in center field. Such athleticism. Really is able to cover the outfield extremely well.
Dayton Provost will step in from College of the Canyons. The Oaks had a couple of College of the Canyon products last year. In Chad Bible, who's now at San Diego State, and Anthony Lepre, the catcher. The first pitch from Lambert is swung and missed by the lefty for strike number 1. It is hot out today. There is a little bit of an overcast coming in from the coast, which is making it a little bit cooler. But that jet stream down to right will be an asset to left-handed hitters. The 0-1 pitch from Lambert is a curveball taken low for ball number 1. And it's going to be hot for the rest of the month, it looks like. It was 105 degrees yesterday in Pasadena in that 7-6 loss. It was 105 the entire game. It dropped to 103 at one point. The 1-1 from Lambert is cut and missed for strike number 2, and he's now up in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Game number 31 of the season. Incredible how quickly it's gone. The All-Star game already on Wednesday. That will be at 7 p.m. at MLB Urban Youth Academy in Compton. Watch that on Fox Sports. The 1-2 from Lambert. A curveball swung and missed for strikeout number 3. A 4-pitch strikeout puts out number 2 on the board. The first strikeout on the day for Lambert.
Beautiful breaking pitch from Lambert. Started up at the shoulders. Dropped just below the belt. Also took a little speed off it, which is what caught Provost a little off guard.
Dalton Duarte, second lefty in the inning, will dig in. From Cal State Dominguez Hills, the first pitch from Lambert paints the inside corner at 89 miles an hour for strike number 1. Lambert's mean fastball between 89 and 91. He has a curveball and a changeup as well. He does have a cutter, but he says he rarely uses it. Normally a four-seamer. The 0-1. In the dirt, the check swing, the peel down the third, and they're saying he went around for strike number 2. The biggest Achilles heel for Lambert has been walks. When he has given up hits in the past, he tends to pitch away from batters. And that's why he's accumulated a high walk total this season. Regardless, though, he is a phenomenal strikeout pitcher. Though, 2 cut back against the screen, and we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes.
I think the other Achilles heel for the Oaks pitchers is when they're up in the count. They tend to tighten up a bit, and as you mentioned, Johnny, pitch away from the batters, and as a consequence, they tend to walk a number of opposing batters.
Lambert takes a sign from Gonzalez behind the dish, toes the rubber, kicks and fires the 0-2 pitch, a curveball that drops just a little bit high for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the top of the first. May led off the inning with a fly out to center. Dayton Provost followed him up with the strikeout. Lambert looking for another one here. Kicks and fires the 1-2. And it just misses inside for ball number 2. That pitch at 90 miles an hour on the gun. We're very fortunate here at Cal Lutheran to be the only CCL team in the south of San Francisco to actually have a gun at the stadium. The 2-2 from Lambert is swung and a missed for strike 3. Duarte is struck out. Back-to-back strikeouts ends the half inning for the Oaks. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Halos retired in order. Bottom half of the first. When we come back, you're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. Back here at Sparky Anderson Field, Milo Beam from Purdue will lead things off for the Oaks. Connor Arnold on the mound here for the Halos. From Cal State San Bernardino as he fires the first pitch into Beam. Bunt shown, he gets it down, but that's going to roll foul towards the left-handed batters, or actually right-handed batters box, I should say. On the season for Arnold, he has a 1-0 record, a 4.37 ERA, and just over 22 innings pitched for the Halos. Beam steps back in, had a phenomenal day yesterday in the loss to the Saints as the 0-1 pitch is slapped towards left, but out of play for strike number 2. He was in the 9th spot. Ended up going 1 for 3, reached base on a fielder's choice, but also had a home run, the first of a back-to-back. The Oaks put up in the 8th inning yesterday. The 0-2 to Beam runs way outside past the glove of Edson and hits the backstop. Nobody on base, so it doesn't matter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beam, Weinstein, and Lewis all due up in the inning. Mayu batting cleanup. DJ Miller in the 5th spot. Cody Santana in the 6th spot. Behind him, Sam Shaken. Juan Gonzalez and Jason Oliver in the 9th spot. The 1-2 upstairs for ball number 2. The field for the Halos, Christian Jones in right, Christopher May in center, Arnett Johnson in left, Dalton Duarte at first, Blake Mann at second. The rest of the infield here in just a moment. The 2-2 dealt from Arnold is slapped towards left. Running back on it is Barcina at a short, and he'll make the catch in short left for out number 1. Barcina is at short, Dayton Provost actually at third, and Daniel Edson behind the dish. 1 away here, bottom of the first, no score. And Max Weinstein, the Cal Lutheran superstar, will step in. Led the Kingsmen to a Division III championship about a month and a half ago. Led the team in batting average and one of the best players in the country. Division I talent and Division III team. The first pitch he sees is slapped towards third, but foul for strike number 1. Sporting the purple Cal Lutheran Kingsmen helmet, playing in his home turf, a place that he loves to play, batting over 400 at home. His batting average has dipped under 400 as of late. Overall, the 0-1 ripped into left center field. That's going to drop for a single. Weinstein gets a 1-out single here for the Oaks, the first hit of the game on either side. And that's a good start, but the Oaks have had struggles as of late getting runners into score in the early parts of these games.
Yeah, but Weinstein's been the Mr. Reliable, Mr. Clutch, everything you want from him. He led off for the Oaks, or got the Oaks their first hit yesterday, and following that up, hopefully with another similar performance today.
Brandon Lewis steps in from L.A. Pierce Junior College, batted .419 under head coach Bill Pickett's this past season. Bill not in the crowd today, but often makes his presence known here at Sparky Anderson. Runner on first, 1 away. Weinstein takes a step and a half off of first. Arnold checks him over at first. And the first pitch to Lewis is a curveball, sliced into center field, but May won't even have to move. He actually lost it in the sun, and it bounced in front of him. So we'll see if they give Lewis a hit. I think they will, but May held out his arms like, where's that ball? And it was just right in the spot where the sun is in the sky. So Lewis will get on with the hit. Weinstein over at second now, and 1 person out. Runners on first and second, and now the cleanup batter, Grant Mayu, stepping in.
Wow, Oaks caught a break there. May, the ball is just skied high, and with this sun beaming extremely brightly on the field, it's so tough to continue to track it all the way down into your glove.
Very similar play to last year against the Halos. I'll reiterate that in a second. Mayu shows bunt, gets it down towards Arnold at the pitcher's mound as he will run it over to Provost at third and get the lead runner out on a fielder's choice 1-5 for those keeping score at home. Weinstein back to the bench. Lewis advances to second, and Mayu over at first. 2 away now, bottom of the first, no score. DJ Miller from Ole Miss will step in. Going back to that last play where May lost it in the sun. Last year, the Oaks had a very similar situation against the Halos here at Sparky Anderson in an early game. Ben Skinner from Harvard was out in center, and Chad Spanberger, who was drafted in the 6th round this past year, hit one out to center, and Skinner lost the ball and ended up being a 3-run in the park home run. The first pitch is a curveball catching the outside corner for strike number 1. Miller plays his college ball at Ole Miss, one of 2 Ole Miss Rebels on the team. The other being Chase Cockrell, who is not in today's lineup, getting his first rest of the week. Miller waves that bat over his shoulder. Arnold deals the 0-1 at the knees for strike number 2.
Beautiful pitch from Arnold, kept it low in the strike zone. And Miller, a much better hitter with pitches that tend to lean towards the top part of the strike zone.
Runners on first and second, though. 2 with 2 away, runs in the dirt. A good block, though, by Edson. That'll keep the runners at bay, but put a ball up on the board. Folks, the Oaks are selling raffle tickets. You have an opportunity to buy an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, amongst other Angel Parrot paraphernalia. The 1-2 to Miller is slights foul for strike number 2, so we'll keep it at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Amongst those other Angels products, Cole Calhoun autographed baseball, Mike Scioscia autographed bat, Caneo Oaks merchandise are 2 $25 Visa gift cards. $5 per ticket, $20 for 5 tickets. Winner not need to be present. Raffle ends July 15th. Feel free to tweet at us. He's at Jonah_Malkin. I'm at Johnny Riff on Twitter, or at Caneo_Oaks to reserve a ticket. The 1-2, a ground ball to second, mishandled by Barcina, and every runner will be safe. Miller advances over to first on the error. Mayu over to second, and Lewis to third. Bases are loaded for the lefty Hawaii Pacific superstar, Cody Santana.
And the one stat that's not going to go down on this score sheet is blinding confusion from Brandon Lewis. Brandon Lewis did a great job at the last second, jumping above that ball, coming straight over towards Barcina's glove. And I think he was able to alter the count and the bounce for Barcina as he bobbled it and now has a first error.
No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Bases loaded for the Oaks here in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits. An error for the Halos. They were retired in order in the top half of the inning. The lefty digs in, the righty on the mound, peers and fires the first pitch outside for ball 1. Santana has 2 home runs on the season, including one 2 games ago in the 8-7 win against the Pirates. He actually hurt his hand, so he's DHing today's game, normally playing first base. Had the day off yesterday, but happy to be back in the lineup now in a big spot here, the Oaks. With bases loaded, the 1-0 in the dirt for ball 2. And the last thing you want to do if you're Arnold on the mound is walk in that first run, because not only does that shake your own confidence, and not only does it bring your team down in the game early, that gives the Oaks offense a little bit of confidence, and they're going to show more patience. Checks the runner at second and deals the 2-0. Low and away for ball 3, and Santana's worked his way to a 3-0 count here. Milo Beam led off with a pop out to short. Weinstein singled. Lewis followed that up with a single. Mayu bunted, reached on a fielder's choice, and Miller got on an error. The 3-0 paints the outside corner for strike number 1, a fastball at 86 miles an hour. Oaks riding a 2-game losing streak. Actually, they won 2 games ago, so they've lost 3 of their last 4 games, I should say. That's probably a better way to put it. The 3-1 runs outside for ball 4. Santana will take his base, and Lewis will take the 90 steps over to home and give the Oaks a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Why get a hit to bring home a run when you can just stay patient in the batter's box and force a walk that sends a runner home? Great patience once again from the Oaks, and it pays off.
Sam Shaken from Valparaiso batted .323 this past season with the Crusaders, digs in. Local product from Chatsworth. The first pitch skied towards first base, but in foul territory. Making a play on it is Duarte, or trying to make a play, I should say, but it went out of play for strike number 1. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors here for the Oaks. No runs, no hits, an error for the Halos here in the bottom of the first. That run is unearned. Every run that comes around in this inning, if the Oaks get more, will be unearned just because that error at short could have ended the inning if the play was made. The 0-1 runs low for ball number 1, a 72-mile-an-hour curveball. Shaken was a phenomenal young player at Chatsworth. Ended up with a Division I scholarship to Valparaiso, where he just raked one of the best hitters in the Horizon League, a phenomenal fielder as well. The 1-1 from Arnold is sliced over to third, bobbled by Provost, and all the runners will be safe. Another run crosses the plate. That'll be an error on Dayton Provost, and the Oaks take a 2-0 lead with bases loaded here in 2-way in the bottom of the first inning.
Not the best way to start for the Halos. 2 errors leads to 2 runs. Could have gone out of the inning earlier and left a number of the Oaks runners stranded on base, but now you give them an opportunity to continue to pile on the runs.
2 hits, 2 walks, or actually 1 walk, 2 runs, no strikeouts in the inning here for Arnold as Juan Gonzalez steps in, one of 5 Oaks All-Stars. The first pitch runs low and inside for ball 1. Gonzalez, Miller, who's over at third and playing center field in today's game. Robbie Medella, Evan McMillan, and Max Weinstein, who's playing second in today's game, are all Oaks All-Stars. And the Oaks skipper, David Solis, is the manager, the 1-0, runs outside for ball number 2. Gonzalez is the number 8 batter in the inning. This is an inning that the Oaks need. They need to get some confidence back on offense if they want to have any chance of catching the Foresters. A lot of implications coming up. The 2-0 at the knees for strike number 1. The Foresters have taken a mighty 4.5 game lead over the Oaks in the Central Division. Oaks are 12-10. The Foresters are 17-8. And the Oaks are in the 6th spot now in the wild card race. They need to at least get to the 4th spot. The 2-1 outside for ball 3, and now Gonzalez has worked to count the 3 balls and a strike. And Arnold is in danger of walking in his 2nd run of the inning and giving up run number 3. Again, all these runs are unearned. The 3-1 from Arnold, swing and a miss for strike number 2. That was a good pitch, a low fastball that had Gonzalez cutting above, and the count is now full.
Arnold had some great tail on the end of his fastball. That's why it kind of drifted out on the outside.
Arnold comes set, peers and fires the payoff pitch. The runners go, cut and a miss for strike 3. Gonzalez is out on strikeouts. And we are out of the 1st inning. The Oaks strike for 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors, and the bases are left loaded. We're through 1 full here at Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead at 2-0. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV, simulcasted onto YouTube. We'll be right back. The Washington Husky, Christian Jones, will lead things off here in the top half of the 2nd inning for the Halos. Oaks up 2-0. Ray Lambert back on the mound after a long 1st inning for the Oaks. The first pitch, low for ball 1. Jones from the University of Washington this past season, played 8 games for the Huskies. Now with the Halos in this year's CCL. The 1-0 from Lambert runs in the dirt for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Jones on the season, batting .358 in 60 plate appearances. 12 RBIs as well. The lefty digs back in, batting cleanup in today's lineup. The 2-0 runs low for ball 3, and this is where Lambert falls behind. And we talked about his Achilles heel at times has been when he falls behind and counts, it tends to be a problem only because he has a hard time working his way back. The 3-0, a fastball, popped into center field. Going back is Miller at the track, and he will make the leaping grab at the wall for out number 1.
Wow. What a grab from Miller, just bailing out Lambert and saying, not so fast, Jones. I'm not going to let that one drop over the wall.
Yeah, that was A big fly ball, about 396. 320 right, 370 in right center, 400 to straightaway center as Daniel Edson from the University of Southern California steps in. The first pitch to him is a curveball at the knees for strike number 1. 375 in left center and 325 out and left. Edson digging back in. Will be a sophomore at the University of Southern California, redshirted his freshman year. The 0-1 slapped up the middle and into center field for a single. The first hit on the day for the Halos. Down 2-0 here with one away, and Blake Mann from UCSB will dig in. A lot of lefties in today's lineup. We've only seen one righty through the first 5 batters. But now Blake Mann, a righty, will step in. Runner on first, one away. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Oaks. No runs, a hit, 2 errors for the Halos. Those 2 errors allowed 2 runs to score back in the bottom of the first inning. Lambert comes set, takes a sign from Gonzalez. Pearson fires the 0-0 pitch, a curveball outside for ball number 1. The sun begins to further beam on the field in an early start today. And it's rough because now it's up at 100 on the field. We're nice and cool above the press box, but the players, as the 1-1 is the 1-0 is taken at the knees for strike number 1. Players have a little bit more to deal with that heat, but in the heat of the game, I guess you could say, the heat of the sun doesn't affect him as much. Runner on first. Lambert sets and fires the 1-1. Upstairs, but swung and a miss for strike number 2. A high fastball at 88. Catches man swinging.
A nice pitch upstairs for Lambert. Such an enticing pitch, especially for batters who crowd the plate. Like Mann, thought it might have dropped at the last second, but instead continued to tail up.
On deck, Calvin Ferris in the hole. Arnett Johnson, if we get that far. Middle infield on a double play formation. The 1-2 upstairs for ball number 2. Weinstein and Shaken, the second baseman and shortstop respectively. A little bit closer to that second base bag, and they turn 2 more as an art form than as an actual play. It is just an unbelievable sight to see when they do it. Lambert checks the runner at first and deals. The 2-2 runners go. Takes at the knees for strike 3. The throw is not in time. So that'll be a strikeout, and Edson will get a stolen base. The throw was a hop. Gonzalez is now 9 for 11 on the season with the runners stealing. He's normally very good at gunning them down, but nonetheless, 2 away now. 3 strikeouts on the day for Lambert. Runner in scoring position, and the tying run at the plate in the form of Calvin Ferris from Brown University.
Well, that time Edson just got a big jump, so by the time Gonzalez could come up and throw it, it was already too late.
Lambert from the stretch checks the runner and fires the first pitch. Swung and a miss for strike number 1. Wind picking up out to right, 7 to 8 miles an hour with 10-mile-an-hour gusts. It only blows out to right here at Sparky Anderson. This entire season we have not seen it blow anywhere else, and that's because it comes in off the coast. And we're in this little valley. Hills out to left that the wind sweeps down upon and then rolls right through towards right field. The 0-1. A fastball outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Oaks. No runs, a hit, 2 errors for the Halos. Runner on second. Ferris looking to make up a little bit of the damage done in the bottom half of the first by the Oaks. Lambert deals the 1-1. Swung and a miss for strike number 2. A changeup. Had Ferris way out ahead, and now Lambert up in the count.
Ferris was expecting a fastball, particularly upstairs, and that time Lambert did a great job with the changeup. Dropped down in the strike zone at the last second.
Shaken is holding man over at second, but I don't think he's going to go with 2 away here. You don't want to eliminate that runner in scoring position, or especially make him the final out at third. Time is called behind the plate. Juan Gonzalez will run out to the mound and have a conversation with Ray Lambert. It wasn't really a conversation. They just exchanged quick words as Gonzalez quickly turns around and jogs back behind the dish. The more we travel, the more you realize that Sparky Anderson is one of the nicest fields, not even just for a Division III university, but for a university in general. Yes, the stands aren't big, only 600 capacity, but an unbelievable field. The 1-2 from Lambert, a curveball that just misses the outside corner for ball number 2. The grass is green. They do an amazing job maintaining the green hue of the grass, even though it gets so hot in Southern California. Shout out to Cal Lutheran head coach Marty Slimak and the whole crew for doing a phenomenal job. The 2-2 from Lambert. Pop towards left, but out of play, and we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice turnout here from Sparky Anderson. Both sides with some fans. Ventura Halos play their home ball at Ventura College, about 45 minutes on the 101 North from here. Lokes will be back at Ventura in a week from today in the final game of the series. The 2-2 from Lambert. Up and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Oaks up 2-0 here in the top of the second inning. Lambert looking to try to accumulate his 4th strikeout of the game. Toes the rubber. Peers and fires the payoff pitch. Rip towards right. That'll get down. Rounding third and coming home is Edson. The throw to the plate will not come in time. Sliding in is Edson safely. And the Halos cut the Oak lead in half, 2-1 here in the top of the second inning on the RBI single by Calvin Ferris.
Great hit. Pulled that right down the right field line. And Ferris able to deliver an RBI early on. Now the deficit's just 1.
Lambert's line thus far in the game, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, no walks. And Arnett Johnson from Cal State Los Angeles will dig in, sporting the brown Cal State LA helmet. Playing left field in today's game. Lambert on the mound, kicks and fires the first pitch. Low and away, check swing, but he didn't go around for ball 1. Christian Jones led off the inning for the Halos, popping out to center. Edson singled, stole second. Blake Mann struck out, and Calvin Ferris singled in. Edson making it a 2-1 game. Both teams with 2 hits, but the Halos with 2 earned runs. The 1-0, a fastball just a little bit inside for ball number 2.
Gonzalez tried to frame that on the inside corner, but the home umpire didn't fall for it.
2-0 count now. Lambert comes set. Takes his time from the stretch and deals the 2-0. Rip towards third. The diving stop by Mayu. He'll get it on the hop and make the play across the diamond in time for out number 3. What a play by Grant Mayu over at third. Saved another run. And we're out of the top of the first. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 1.5 here from Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead at 2-1. Nine 1-2 hitters due up here in the bottom of the second for the Oaks. Up 2-1. Oliver digs in. The first pitch from Arnold swung and a miss for strike number 1. Jonah Malkin, myself, Jonathan Rifkind. Oaks baseball on KDTV. Oliver from Cal State Bakersfield sporting the blue Roadrunner helmet. Has been an offensive prowess as of late as he rips the 0-1 over to third. Provost will get it. A high throw over to first, gets Dworton off the bag, and he actually drops it, rounding first and going to second. Is Oliver to throw? Is not in time. So we'll see if they give Oliver an infield single and then an advance on the error. If they give another error to Provost at third, nope, they're going to give just an error to Provost. So Oliver advances to second on the error. And the Oaks have a leadoff runner in scoring position and also one of their fastest assets. A very good start here for the Oaks and rough fielding for the Halos. This is not the mistakes that Coach Sagissi wants to see, especially when they're trying to dig their way out of a deficit. Milo Beam steps in now, 0 for 1 on the day. Pop out to short, his first time up. The first pitch from Arnold, he shows bunt, but it's popped back against the screen for strike number 1.
And that's one of the benefits of having such a speedy runner like Oliver, because not every single player on the Oaks team could ultimately come around first on that miscue, that error, and run safely over to second.
Arnold checks Oliver, and he wanted to pick him off, but neither Barcina at short or Mann at second were there to hold Oliver. Runner in scoring position, nobody away here in the bottom of the second. Arnold kicks and fires the 0-1. Oliver fakes the steal, so he'll trot back off. The 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. Wind picking up a little bit towards right now at 10 miles an hour, 12 to 14 miles an hour gusts. And that will be of help to lefty batters in this ballpark. 1-1 dealt from Arnold. Beam shows bunt, gets it down, but it's going to roll foul towards third for strike number 2. Beam, a very good bunter, but in his 3 attempts today has fouled off all 3 he's squared around on. The Purdue Boilermaker, shout out to his mom, Nellie Beam. Digs back into the left-handed batter's box, shoulders the bat down in the count, 1-2 from the stretch. Arnold deals. And that's sliced to steep center. Running back on it is May. He lost it in the sun. No, he's able to make the catch, but Oliver fakes the tag, trots back to second, and that'll be out number 1.
Well, the good thing is May didn't make that same mistake twice. Able to track the ball the entire way into his glove.
Max Weinstein will step in, 1 for 1 on the day with a single, but he was thrown out at third on a fielder's choice bunt that Grant Mayu laid down. 1 away, runner in scoring position. Runners in scoring position, or leaving runners in scoring position, has been the Oaks Achilles heel. The first pitch inside to Weinstein for ball number 1. Yesterday in the first 4 innings, the Oaks left 7 runners in scoring position. Not a number you want to see if you're anybody, just heinous for lack of a better term. 1-0 from Arnold is a curveball taken at the belt for strike number 1.
Beautiful curve on the inside corner, forced the hand of Weinstein, because if he were to try and swing around it, puts him in a jam, probably ground that one in the infield.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, 1 on here. Motif of ones in the bottom of the second. Arnold deals, slice into center, that's going to get down. Rounding third and coming home is Oliver. The throw to the plate will not come. And that'll be an RBI single for Max Weinstein, extending the Oaks lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
2 for 2, an RBI single. Weinstein's just doing it all, showing the patience, seeing the field extremely well. And he's really stepped it up in this game and have helped the Oaks jump out to that early 3-1 lead.
Another unearned run. All 3 runs that Arnold has given up are unearned on 3 errors in the field for the Halos. Brandon Lewis, who's 1 for 1 with a run scored, digs in. Was committed to CSUN a couple weeks ago, but decommitted, now looking for a new home in the fall. The first pitch, he hits high and deep to right center field, and you could kiss it goodbye. Brandon Lewis with a 2-run home run over the right center field wall, and the Oaks take a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
Big bat Brandon does it again. First pitch, absolutely crushed that. There was no need for May to even take a look. That one sailed way over the right center wall.
3rd home run of the season for Lewis. Checked out the 4th home run on the season for Lewis. And that gives the Oaks a comfortable 4-run lead here in the bottom of the second inning. The Oaks offense looking like they did earlier in the season. Grant Mayu steps in. The first pitch to the Aztec is sliced towards third. That's going deep, deep, deep out of here. Grant Mayu hits a solo shot over the left field wall. The Oaks hit back-to-back home runs, and they take a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the second inning.
No time to catch your breath.
I feel a little lightheaded here, Jonah.
I mean, it's like all these runs were locked up in a chain deep in a cell somewhere, and all of a sudden, here comes the floodgates opening up, and the runs starting to pour in. Back-to-back homers. Oaks, unbelievable here in the bottom of the second.
One pitch and a solo shot as manager Mike Zagissi will stride out to the mound to talk to Arnold. This is the offensive outing the Oaks have needed. They have struggled to score runs early in games. And here, they've scored 4 so far. Actually, 3, I should say. But unbelievable. Mayu with a solo shot. And actually has been 4. So I was right. Weinstein with an RBI single. Lewis with a 2-run home run. And Mayu with a solo home run. 3 of the 4 runs have been earned in this inning. 3 of the 6 total have been earned for Arnold. Oaks up 6-1, 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Halos. As the meeting breaks, Arnold's still out there, but a lefty warming up in the pen. We'll get you who that is here in just a moment. Zagissi walks back to the mound. Jonah, this is exactly what Solis needs from his team.
It's just, it exemplifies the type of focus that was lacking, especially early on in games, and now it was only a matter of time for the Caterpillars turned into butterflies.
Miller digs in, 0 for 1 on the day. He reached on his fielder's choice. Takes the first pitch for strike number 1. Actually reached on an error, my mistake. Mayu reached on a fielder's choice. The 0-1. Ripped towards third, and that's going to stay fair as it rolls into the corner and left. Rounding first and going to second is Miller, and he is going to put on the brakes there. Oaks with 4 consecutive hits, 3 for extra bases. And they have another runner in scoring position for Sam Shaken.
That's just a great hit down the third base line.
Actually, Cody Santana, my mistake.
And you can see the deflated looks from the entire Halos team. It's become apparent, and it's tough to stay positive when in one inning you give up back-to-back home runs, RBIs, and now a stand-up double. And if Miller really wanted to push for it, he might have made an attempt over to third.
Reese Weinberg, by the way, is warming up for the Halos. Santana digs in. The first pitch he sees is swung and a miss for strike number 1, a home run cut if I've ever seen. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Halos. The Oaks put up 2 runs in the first and 4 here in the second, with only 1 away and a runner on second. Arnold deals the 0-1. Popped up, back out of play for strike number 2. Jason Oliver got onto second to lead off the bottom of the second for the Oaks. On an error, Milo Beam flew out to center. Max Weinstein singled in Oliver. Lewis hit a 2-run home run. Mayu hit a solo shot, and Miller doubled. That's where we are in this inning. The 0-2 from Arnold. Cut foul back against the backstop, and we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes.
Santana just managed to clip that ball as it was dropping in the bottom part of the strike zone, able to save himself and give him one more opportunity to take a crack at it.
The Hawaii Pacific Shark digs back in, an All-American and had a 4.0 GPA. Takes the 0-2 pitch upstairs for ball number 2. No, ball number 1, my mistake, but 4 colleges in 3 years for Santana. Started off his playing career at Santa Barbara City College, then Ventura College, Oxnard College, now Hawaii Pacific. In the Pac West, the 1-2 runs low in the dirt for ball number 2. That'll even the count. He's also with his second CCL team. Last year, through the first 2 weeks, he was on the Santa Barbara Foresters under head coach Bill Pintard, but joined the Oaks, where he was very successful after. He just felt like it was a better decision and came back. Now he's looking to play in either Japan or Mexico, going to be a senior with the Sharks. But he does have a lot of talent, and I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to the show one day. The 2-2, a one-hopper into right. Rilson is waving around Miller, the throw to the plate. is not in time, and Cody Santana plates the 5th run for the Oaks here, and they are up 7-1, or the 5th run of the inning, and they are up 7-1 in the bottom of the 2nd.
Another great hit from Santana down the right field line, and once again with Miller's speed showing it off there, able to come around third, and no chance he was going to be held up over there. Extends the Oaks lead once again.
Zagissi comes back out along with Landon Nealon, and we're going to take a break. Connor Arnold's day is done. Runner on first, 5 around in the inning. Oaks up 7-1 here in the top or the bottom of the 2nd. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. More information on Reese Weinberg when we come back. Connor Arnold's day is done. Reese Weinberg takes the mound. Sam Shaken will dig in here for the Halos. Run one around, 5 around in the inning. Oaks up 7-1 here. As Weinberg, the southpaw, will check Santana back at first. It's actually Weisberg. Nope, it is Weinberg. I'm right. There was a typo on the sheet. So Weinberg sporting the number 30. Will fire the first pitch to Shaken at the knees for strike number 1. By the way, Connor Arnold's day has done 1 1/3 inning pitch. Gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Rough day on the mound for him. Oh, 1 pitch, swung and a missed for strike number 2. The southpaw on the rubber, checks Santana at first. Not a lot of speed, but a double play situation, so they want to keep him close. He takes a 1.5 lead. The 0-2 to Shaken in the dirt for ball number 1. Layville in for you here for the Halos. First outfield, Christian Jones in right, Christopher May in center, Arnett Johnson in left. I'll give you the infield here. Unless there's a double play ball after this pitch. Another payoff attempt, but Santana's back standing. Dalton Duarte at first, Blake Mann at second, Fabian Barcina at short, Dayton Provost at third, Daniel Edson behind the dish, and Reese Weinberg on the mound, taking over for Connor Arnold. That's Connor with a K, by the way. The 1-2, a looping curveball, runs upstairs at 65 miles an hour for ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Halos. Last time the Halos will be at Sparky Anderson this season. The 2-2, a curveball looped into right center field. That's going to go back all the way to the wall. Rounding second and going to third is Santana. He'll be waved home. Shaken round second and goes to third. The throw comes in. Santana at the plate. And Sam Shaken is in with a RBI triple. The Oaks take an 8-1 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that run is a credit to Connor Arnold, so he now has 5 earned runs on 8 total given up. The Oaks have a runner in scoring position once again with only 1 away for Juan Gonzalez.
Runs and hits just keep pouring in. Unbelievable to think, Johnny, that in just 2 innings, the Oaks have plated 8 runs on 8 hits. That's more runs and hits than they've accumulated over the past couple games alone.
The first pitch to Gonzalez runs up and away for ball number 1. That's Shaken's first triple on the season, by the way. So a runner on third, only 1 away still. That was 7 batters ago. The Oaks are just displaying the offense here. 1-0 pitch runs low. They have 7 consecutive hits, Jonah. 7! That is a season high for sure. We'll have to check to see if that is a team record, but that's unbelievable. The 2-0 to Gonzalez runs upstairs, and now he's ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. He is the number 9 batter of the inning, which means that unless there's a weird double play, we'll have batted around when Oliver steps back in, waiting on deck. He reached second on an error back in the top of the order. The 3-0 to Gonzalez is ripped into left field. That's going to get down. Shaken will come in and score, and on a 3-0 pitch, Gonzalez takes advantage with an RBI single, and the Oaks take a 9-1 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
2 benefits with that hit. First of all, Oaks finally get 1 hit when they swing on a 3-0 count, make them 1 for 7 on the season, and then Gonzalez says, hey, I want to come around and join this party too. Now 8 of the 9 batters in this order have come around to score for the Oaks. The only one is Milo Beam. He's the only player that hasn't come around to score.
And he's waiting on deck now. Double play situation. Runner on first, Oliver back up here, the 10th batter of the inning as the first pitch runs outside for ball 1. Reached on air, came around to score on the RBI single by Max Weinstein. So 0 for 1 on the day, but looking to change that here. His second at-bat of the inning. The 1-0 runs outside once again for ball 2. This is a game the Oaks need, not only for standing implications, but just for offensive confidence. They have been struggling in early in games, I should say, to score. The 2-0 slice foul for strike number 1. And this is the first time they've batted around since game number 2 of the season against the Coastal Cubs. Last inning, they plated 8 runners. 9-1 our score, 9 hits for the Oaks, no errors. They still have left 3 on base as well. The 2-1. Once again, hit foul against the screen, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 run, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Halos. The Oaks have broken this game wide open, and why not? They are reminiscent of how they were earlier in the season. They had the best record through June. Unfortunately, though, they haven't won any but 1 game in the month of July. Pickoff attempt, Gonzalez gets back easily. Oliver struggled earlier in the season. As of late, has been batting over 400 in his last 5 games with a home run. Digging back in, the 2-2. Runs in the dirt, gets away from Edson, but Gonzalez will stay at first. Now a full count situation here as Angus Denton and Ray Lambert both head to the bullpen. Ray Lambert still the starter. I expect he'll stay out there, but playing some catch with the Texas Tech relief pitcher, or actually Arkansas relief pitcher, Angus Denton. Payoff pitch here from Weinberg is popped up into foul territory. Duarte out at first is going to look at it, but it's going to go into the parking lot. And right over my car, actually. Thank goodness that it went over my car for another attempt here at Oliver. I was debating whether or not to park close to the field because I figured my car is yet to be hit, so why not? It's close to the field. But you never know when your luck runs out, and my luck almost ran out right there. But Oliver doing a good job putting enough spin to make sure that didn't hit my car.
Well, worst case scenario, Grant Mayu in his lift car can take you home.
Oh, yeah, right. Mayu in his lift. The 3-2, once again, slice foul out of play, and for a 4th straight time, we'll do it at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oaks have a day off tomorrow before heading to Long Beach on Tuesday to play the Legend. The only time the Oaks will be in Long Beach, they were there 3 times last year, so you could hope that they're happy to only go once. It's supposed to be 105 degrees at Long Beach City College. The payoff pitch once again A one-hopper over to short. Barcina gets it, and he mishandles it. A second error at short for Barcina as the throw goes past the glove of Weinberg all the way into the dugout, and runners will advance again. So that's 2 errors on Barcina. Because the ball went into the dugout, Gonzalez is allowed to come home from third. From second to third goes Oliver, and the Oaks take a 10-1 lead here with 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. Jonah, this is unbelievable.
It's almost shocking at this point.
I've run out of room to write tallies in my scorebook.
Well, what's shocking about it is you would think the Halos have a lot on the line coming into this game, and instead they're playing like they have everything to lose here, because they're just that's 4 errors in this game. Actually make that 4 errors in the game, and we're just 2 innings through.
Milo Beam steps in, the only out of the inning, as he represents the 11th batter up. First pitch runs low and inside for ball 1. He flew out to right to be the only Oaks out of the inning. Every other Oaks player has gotten on base at least once, Oliver twice. The 1-0 taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. This has been the most productive inning for the Oaks. 8 runs. They have total 10 in the game here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1. Slice towards first, but foul, and now Beam is behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is 0 for 2 today with a pop out and a fly out in his 2 trips. Only Oaks batter to have yet to reach base. Jason Oliver is 0 for 2 because he reached base twice on errors. 1-2 pitch, waved at and missed. 4 strike 3. Beam is down on strikeouts. So he has accounted for the 2 outs of the inning. And now Max Weinstein will step in with an RBI single, a run scored, and a single back in the first under his belt. Ten runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. Unbelievable inning here from Sparky Anderson. Weinstein digs in and takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Oaks' worst loss of the season was 11-1 against the Foresters back on Thursday. Actually on Wednesday, as the 1-0 pitch runs low and away for ball 2.
Certainly looks like they're trying to assert their dominance over another team such as the Halos and return the favor.
They really are. Their Oaks' best win was against the Northridge Bulls back in the middle of June, 10-0. 2-0 upstairs for ball number 1, 2 balls, 1 strike. Halos in danger of dropping their 4th straight. In the bottom of the pack in the CCL Central at 9-13, the Oaks are now currently 3rd at 12-10 because the Blues are 12-9. 3-0 pitch popped up behind the plate. Edson will look at it, but that'll go foul for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Weinstein.
And this is a grueling inning for the Halos on a number of counts. First and most importantly, you give up 8 runs, but then it's about the mid-90s also, so you're just staying on the field and it's scorching hot.
Chris McKee out there warming up for the Halos. 3-run runs on the outside corner for strike number 2. A full count situation here as David Appleby gets up and stretching for the Oaks as well. Halos now looking to damage control and make this game go as quick as possible. Down 9 here in the bottom of the second. The payoff pitch slapped in the right field, and that's going to drop against the wall. Coming in and scoring is Oliver. Rounding first and going to second is Weinstein. He's going to make an attempt at 3. No, he'll stand at second. Max Weinstein is 3 for 3 on the day, 2 for 2 in the inning with 2 RBIs. And the Oaks take an 11-1 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Just unbelievable. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs. Look, the Oaks are playing with a sense of purpose right now, like they have everything to lose. And it's just, it's amazing to see this transformation out of the last couple games where they've been really sluggish out of the gates.
Brandon Lewis steps in, had a 2-run homer back in the earlier part of the inning. Fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. 2 for 2 on the day with Lewis, with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs, looking to try and recount that home run. We're in the 38th minute of this inning. Or this half inning, I should say. The 0-1. Runs low in the dirt, gets away from Edson, but able to corral it quickly, keeping Weinstein at second. The only batter in the Oaks lineup to have gotten out in this inning is Milo Beam twice. I think he feels bad for the Halos and said, you know what? I'll make this inning go a little bit quicker. The 1-1 upstairs for ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Not to mention, he's accounted for 3 of the 5 total outs. Remember, we're just midway. We're still at the bottom of the 2nd inning.
13th batter of the inning, the 2-1. Sliced in the left center field. That's going to bring Weinstein home, and Lewis is 3 for 3 as well with 3 RBIs. Weinstein crosses the plate. Oaks up 12-1 here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And Lewis also now 3 for 3. He's got 3 RBIs as well as 2 runs scored.
Jonah, I'm running out of room on my scorebook to write all of this entire inning down. This has never happened before. I was told that the scorebook was perfect. Well, I guess the Oaks have found the imperfection. Grant Mayu steps in as he is a home run on the inning. That was off the first pitch. He is back against the screen for strike number 1. 1 for 2 on the day for Mayu. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the first to go along with his home run. Lewis at first base. 11 runs up around in the, actually no, it is 10 runs around in the inning to go along with 9 hits for the Oaks. 2 errors in the field for the Halos. 1-1 count. Weinberg deals. Swung and a missed for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Mayu. 1 strikeout on the game for Weinberg to go along with 3 runs given up on 3 hits. Oaks really pouring it on here. The 1-2 to Mayu. In the dirt, blocked by Edson, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oaks are making up for those 3 runners they left on base in the bottom of the first.
This game started an hour ago. We are still in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The 2-2. Swung and a missed. 4 strike 3. The 2nd strikeout on the day for Weinberg. And finally, we are out of the inning. 14 batters come around to score 10 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors in the field. We're headed to the top of the 3rd inning. Oaks lead at 12-1. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Fabian Barcena steps in as the first pitch from Lambert is swung on towards 3rd, but speared out of the air by Mayu for out number 1. He was the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Halos, 0 for 0 on the day, now 0 for 1 on the L5. The Oaks played at 10 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning on 9 hits, 2 errors in the field for the Halos, and that was the biggest inning the Oaks have had in the last 2 years. They have yet to bring around 14 batters in the same inning, at least in the last 2 years, so at least the Oaks able to get some confidence on offense as we go back to the top of the order for Christopher May, 0 for 1 on the day. Fly out to center his first time up. Lambert deals the first pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1. Lambert's line on the day, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 3 strikeouts. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 2 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. Lambert kicks and fires the 0-1 pitch, swung and a miss for strike number 2, a curveball low and away. May from College of the Canyons, undecided where he's going to go in the fall. But a nice young talent here on the Halos roster.
And for the Halos, it's just important to chip away, try to build some momentum here in the top of the third.
0-2 pitch, a high fastball, swung and a miss, 4 strike, 3, 4 strikeouts now on the day for Lambert. And we have 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. It's not the top half of these innings, Jonah, that has been making this game go by or taking this game so long to progress, but it's been the bottom half. That was a 39-minute bottom of the second inning. We are an hour and 2 minutes into the game and only in the top of the third. The Oaks really pouring it on here. Dane Provost, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout on the day, steps in. Lambert kicks and fires the first pitch to the lefty upstairs for ball 1.
There's no better way to get out of a hitting slump than to plate 12 runs in 2 innings.
Feel free to tweet at us at Caneo_Oaks. He's at Jonah_Malkin. I'm at Johnny Riff on Twitter. 1-0 pitch from Lambert at the knees for strike number 1. You can also chat with us in the live chat box on the YouTube stream. Joe and I love to field comments and questions, concerns, whatever fans have to say. We have a couple of shout-outs to give. We'll give here in just a moment. Lambert deals the 1-1. Rip towards right, and that's going to drop for a single. Another one-out single here for the Halos. They get a runner on for Dalton Duarte, who's 0 for 1 on the day. And the Halos, yes, they're down by 11. And yes, it looks like they're climbing Mount Everest, but the best way to keep your confidence up is to just keep chipping away. Runner on first, 2 away. And Duarte will dig in. Back-to-back left-handed batters in the lineup for Vince Segesi. Lambert deals the first pitch, low for ball 1. 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Oaks. In the 5th of 6 times these two teams will match up. The final time will be in a week from today in Ventura. Lambert kicks and fires the 1-0. Ripped towards right, but that's going to go way foul for strike number 1.
And those are the types of balls, if it can drop in right field and stay in fair territory, at least you build some type of confidence, some type of momentum, and you can look at that type of hit and say to yourselves, hey, we just need about 4 or 5 of these, and we could crawl our way back into the game.
Lambert deals the 1-1, ripped towards first, but right into the glove of Lewis for out number 3. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're through 2.5 here from Sparky Anderson. Oaks lead at 12-1. You're watching Oaks baseball on KDTV. Beautiful Sunday afternoon from Sparky Anderson. More on it on the other side of the break. 12-1 our score here. As we hit the bottom of the third, DJ Miller will lead things off in the number 5 spot for the Oaks. First pitch from Weinberg, taken on the outside for ball 1. On the day for Miller, 1 for 2 with a run scored, and he reached on an error back in the first inning. New shortstop in, by the way, is Chris McKee for the Halos. 1-0 pitch, runs outside and low for ball 2. Give you a lay of the land here for the Halos here in just a moment as Reese Weinberg toes the rubber, kicks and fires the 2-0. Miller waits upstairs for ball 3. Christian Jones in right, Christopher Mann center, Arnett Johnson in left. Dan Provost at third, Chris McKee at short. He came in for Fabian Barcina. Blake Mann at second, Dalton Duarte at first, and Daniel Edson behind the dish. The 3-0 from Weinberg is popped up high and out of play for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nobody away here for the Oaks. Up 12-1 in the bottom of the third inning. Big bottom of the second for Conejo as the 3-1 pitch glides upstairs for ball 4. A leadoff walk here from Miller. First walk on the day by Weinberg. Second walk collectively for the Halos. And that'll bring up Cody Santana. 1 for 1 on the day with 2 RBIs, a walk, and a single. From Hawaii Pacific, an All-American in the Pac West. He's also a valedictorian this past year. The lefty on the rubber deals the first pitch over the corner of the plate for strike number 1. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 3 hits, 4 errors for the visiting Halos. Weinberg kicks and fires the 0-1 outside for ball number 1. Halos have a day off tomorrow before facing the Foresters at home on Tuesday. If the Oaks can win today and the Halos beat the Foresters on Tuesday, that would be big, as the 1-1 is cracked back against the screen here in front of us for strike number 2. Foresters currently first in the CCL Central. The Oaks 4 games behind them. So a big game here for Conejo. Lefty on lefty matchup. The 1-2 from Weinberg is a high curveball upstairs for ball number 2.
Unfortunately for Weinberg, that curveball just ultimately didn't drop, just stayed upstairs.
The Forces are playing the Saints today at home at 2 o'clock. If the Saints win that one, that would be big for the Oaks as well. The 2-2, another curveball up and away for ball 3 is 66 mile an hour, 12-6. And Santana has worked his way into a somewhat favorable count, full count here. Runner on first, nobody away. I'd expect Miller to go as the payoff pitch. Swung and a miss for strike 3. Santana down on strikes. Third strikeout on the game for Weinberg. And there's 1 away here with 1 on in the bottom of the third for Sam Shaken. 1 for 2 on the day, reached on air back in the first. Tripled in a run and scored thereafter back in the second. First pitch to Shaken, runs upstairs for ball 1. The Oaks have a big week ahead. They'll be ending. They have to win these CCL games because they have back-to-back interleague games at the end of the week as the 1-0 runs upstairs for ball 2. After the day off tomorrow, they'll be in Long Beach. Then on Wednesday, they'll have a day off, but 5 Oaks players and manager David Solis will be at the All-Star game, taking part in the CCL All-Star game on Wednesday. Thursday, they're back home against the Legend. Friday, they're at home against the Orange County Surf in an interleague game, the 2-0. Upstairs again, 3-0 the count to Shaken. On Saturday, the Oaks will once again be home against Team Victory in an interleague game. They'll round out next week in Ventura against the Halos. Each and every game can be caught right here on KDTV and YouTube. 3-0 to Shaken. Upstairs, 4 straight pitches in the same exact location. Let's Shaken advance over to first. Miller takes his stride over to second, and there's 2 on now with 1 away from Juan Gonzalez. 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and an RBI single with a run scored back in the second inning.
Good patience shown from Shaken and Miller, both of them staying patient in the batter's box, laying off pitches that end up running outside.
Gonzalez was drafted back in 2013 by the Cleveland Indians, the 27th round. opted to play in college instead, headed to his senior year at Oklahoma Baptist, one of the best defensive catchers in all of baseball. The first pitch runs upstairs for ball one. Definitely the best in the CCL, and that's why he was awarded his spot in the All-Star game. He'll be catching the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. Oaks pitchers Evan McMillan and Robin Bedell will get those innings as well. The 1-0 pitch ripped back against the screen, and that'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away, 1 on here. Actually, 2 on, I should say. Some speed on the base paths with Shaken at first and Miller at second. Though Shaken does have speed, he doesn't often steal. He will be inserted as a pinch runner, though, at times. The 1-1 at the knees for strike number 2. Anthony Acosta, the right-hander, warming up in the pen for the Halos. The 1-2 in is in the dirt, blocked by Edson behind the dish, and that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clouds begin to overtake us just a little bit here. It's more coastal fog than actual cloud layer. Air ceiling very low. 2-2. Short hopper over to short. McKee will toss to man at second. The relay over to first is in time for the 6-4-3 double play, and we are out of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Actually, 1 left on base, I should say, after the double play. We're through 3 full here from Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead it 12-1. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. Christian Jones will lead things off here in the 4th inning. Oaks up 12-1. My name is Jonathan Rifkin, but for play-by-play, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, my broadcasting partner, Jonah Malkin.
Thank you, Jonathan. Great job as always. Welcome back, everybody, if you're just tuning in. Ray Lambert's still on the mound. Christian Jones to lead off for the Halos. Lambert's first curveball drops on the outside corner for strike 1. Oaks with an offensive onslaught in the bottom of the 2nd. Played at 10 runs, lead it 12-1. Check swing from Jones. Says he goes all the way around for quickly down 0-2. Oaks unbelievable in that 2nd inning. As I mentioned, 10 runs. Couple of home runs back to back from Lewis and Mayu. Lambert's 0-2 is popped into center. Running back on it is Beam, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, nice hit there into left. And Beam right there to corral it.
Quickly 1 away for the Halos. Top of the 4th. They just have 1 run on 3 hits and 4 errors. Daniel Edson, one of the bright spots for the Halos in this game. Got on for one of 3 hits for the Halos with a stolen base and ultimately came around for their only run of the game. Lambert deals the first pitch over the heart of the plate for ball 1.
Yeah, just a little bit outside. It looked good, but I think Gonzalez just placed it there. That definitely fooled me. I thought that was over the heart of the plate as well, but the plate umpire saw it differently.
1-0 pitch. Edson says he didn't come around, so that's 2-0. And this heat's been scorching in the mid-90s here in Thousand Oaks, California. Lambert deals the 2-0, runs inside and up for ball 3. The Cal Lutheran sign ingrained in the mountains, that greenish hue's kind of diminished. It's not accompanied by any flowers. Hasn't blossomed in a while. Kind of a barren area. The 3-0 pitch runs below the strike zone for ball 4. Lambert's first walk on the day, and the Halos have a runner on.
Yeah, Lambert, after getting that quick out to lead off the 4th inning, just threw too many pitches too low. That first pitch did look like a strike, but didn't get the call, and that changes the outlook of the entire at-bat. Rough approach there from Lambert, and a good job by Edson to draw that walk.
Blake Mann steps in, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Digs in and quickly grounds it to Mayu at third. He'll make the play to second. Weinstein will the transfer to first. Not going to get there, but they do get 1 out. And Mann will advance to first on the fielder's choice. So a 6-4 put out. And then Mann advancing on the fielder's choice. Puts 2 away for the Halos in the top of the 4th. Christian Jones led off with a fly out to left. Edson was walked. And the fielder's choice, along with the ground out, puts 2 away. Ferris takes that pitch low for ball 1. Has an RBI single, the only RBI for the Halos in this game. Man over at first. Lambert takes the sign from Gonzalez, deals the 1-0, grounded to Lewis, and he'll tack the bag for out number 2. Halos struggling once again. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Oaks looking to continue to extend their lead as we head into the bottom of the 4th. They lead it. 9-1 and 2 batters due up for the Oaks. The bottom of the fourth. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin. Alongside me is Jonathan Rifkin. Jason Oliver to lead off in the 9th spot. And quickly hits one into right center, and that's going to drop. Back against the wall. Oliver is going to come around first. He's coming around second, rounding second, and going to be held up at third for a leadoff stand-up triple. Unbelievable once again. Oliver building right off that momentum the Oaks built in the bottom of the second. And now runners quickly in scoring position for the Oaks.
And that's tough for the new pitcher, Anthony Acosta, coming in because one pitch, you already give up a triple. Is that a foreshadow for the rest of the inning to come for the Oaks? We'll see.
Milo Beam steps in, lays off that pitch that runs low and outside for ball one. He's the only Oaks batter that is yet to come around and score in this game. Looking to change that here. He's 0 for 3. Acosta deals the 1-0 upstairs for ball two. Acosta entering a sophomore year at Alcorn State, Division I baseball school from Simi Valley, California. Also played the last time these two teams met. Deals the 2-0, catches the outside corner for strike one. When he played in that 5-4 loss to the Oaks, went 3 1/3, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs and 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks with 1 strikeout. So that steals the 2-1. Beam fouls that against the fence for 2-2. Oaks struck first in the first inning, plating 2 runs. Continued in the second with 10 runs. And now Jason Oliver led off with a stand-up triple. 2-2, just above the strike zone for ball 3.
Good take there from Beam. He really wanted to go around, but instead held back wisely.
Oliver over at third, nobody away, and Beam looking for his first hit and potentially an RBI. Acosta deals the payoff pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. Beam's now 0 for 4. Acosta gets his first strikeout on the day.
Nice sequence of pitches there. A fastball away had Beam reaching for it. He couldn't make contact. And though after giving up the triple, a little bit of confidence shown on the mound by Acosta going straight at Beam, even though the count was worked 3-2.
Now Max Weinstein up at the plate. 3 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs and a run scored. First pitch, dealt on the inside for ball 1. The last time that the Oaks actually plated over 10 runs was back on June 26th against the Orange County Riptide. They had 12 runs and 14 hits. 1-0 tapped back in the ground for strike 1. Not to mention, that was the last time that they generated more than 10-plus hits. So both in terms of runs and hits, that was their last good offensive outcome up until today. Costa checks Oliver at third. Deals the high curveball. It doesn't curve for ball 2. Oaks playing their 5th of 5 games against the Ventura Halos. They split the series 2-2. Weinstein fouls that out of play for 2-2. They split the first 4 games. They won here at Sparky Anderson 5-2, followed by a 7-6 loss, both of which were at Sparky Anderson. Then they took to the road in Ventura College. They lost 5-2 and then won 5-4 in the 10th inning. 2-2s cut on and missed for strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts puts 2 away and 2 strikeouts for Acosta.
Nice inside fastball there. Weinstein was actually able to tip it, but right into the glove of Edson for strike number 3. After giving up that triple, Acosta in the driver's seat now in this inning.
Brandon Lewis will step in. He's been sensational as well, 3 for 3, coming off an incredible second inning with a home run and 3 RBIs. Curveballs, cut on and missed for strike one.
Oh, nasty 69-mile-an-hour curveball there. A beautiful pitch to start off Lewis, who has struggled this season hitting slow pitches.
Pierce College product looking for another RBI, his fourth of the day. 0-1 curveball, just misses the inside corner for ball one. Another slow 74 mile an hour. Looking to jam Lewis, who's been seeing the field just incredibly today. But Oliver's stranded at third right now. Back-to-back strikeouts on Beam, and Weinstein's put two away. Bottom of the fourth. 1-1 pitch, grounded past the second baseman's glove, and Lewis has another RBI single. That'll send Oliver home. Oaks lead it 13-1.
Why not? Have a day, Brandon Lewis. Breaking out today, 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored, 3 singles and a home run. Are you kidding me? And we're only in the 4th inning, which means that if Solis keeps him in, he has at least 2 more at-bats.
And it doesn't get much easier when the next guy stepping in is Grant Mayu, who also has a home run in the last inning. First pitch, Mayu pops that into center, and May will make the catch for out number 3, but not before Lewis sends home Oliver for another run. Oaks plate one more on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. They now lead 13-1 here at Spark Anderson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break.
Number 25, Arnett Johnson.
13-1 the score here at Spark Anderson Field as we head into the top of the 5th. And yes, that score is correct. If you're just checking in, Oaks with an offensive avalanche in the 2nd inning. Alonzo Garcia, the new pitcher on the mound for the Oaks, and Arnett Johnson to lead off, lays off the low ball for ball 1. Ray Lambert's day is done in 4 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. 1-0 drops below and catches the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1. Johnson's 0 for 1. Grounded one over to Mayu at third, who made the play to Lewis. looking for his first hit on the day. 1-1 pitch, runs outside for ball 2. A little infield shift. Chase Cockrell over at third in place of Grant Mayu. We'll bring the lay of the land just a moment. 2-1, runs upstairs for ball 3. So Cockrell over at third, Sam Shaken at short, Max Weinstein at second, and Brandon Lewis at first. Three ones, cut on and missed to bring the count full at 3-2. I'll bring up just the second full count situation for the Halos today. In the outfield for the Oaks, Jordan McFarland in left, DJ Miller in center, and Jason Oliver in right. Arnett fouls that back against the screen, and we'll do it again. McFarland coming in place of Milo Beam. So him as well as Grant Mayu are the two switches for Coach Solis. Payoff pitch, runs low on the ground for ball 4. And Johnson's on with a leadoff walk. First walk on the day for Garcia. And the Oaks once again struggling. 2 walks on the day.
I wouldn't say it's struggling just yet. I would say that it was a bad start of the inning, but overall for the Oaks, still a phenomenal day. Yeah, they give up their second walk in 5 innings. Not too bad.
First pitch, drops on the inside corner for strike 1. Chris McKee, pinch hitting for Fabian Barcina, who went 0 for 1 with a line out to third. 0-1, just misses the outside corner for ball 1. Johnson led off with a walk. And Chris McKee, who's playing short in today's game, looking to advance the runners. Garcia deals the 1-1. Runner's going to go. McKee pops that into foul territory. Lewis will get underneath it to make the catch. Throw to set to first is in time for a double off. 2 outs now for the Halos.
Yeah, for those keeping score, it's a pop foul 3-4 putout. McKee popped that into foul territory, and that's why the hit and run can be so dangerous sometimes. Arnett Johnson didn't recognize that ball was popped foul, and as soon as he turned around, Lewis was already with the ball, tossing it to Weinstein to make the throw or to make the out.
Well, pop up and a 3-4 putout takes away Johnson at first and puts 2 away for the Halos. The top of the 5th, Garcia deals the first pitch, badly missed, and swung on for strike 1. May probably wishes he could take that swing back. That's slided way off the plate for strike 1. Garcia, the UC Irvine Anteater, deals the 0-1 curveball. Drops below for ball 1. Halos just 1 run on 3 hits, but in costly 4 errors on the day, which has led to an extra additional 3 runs for the Oaks. It could have ended the inning. May's 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. And also looking for his first hit of the day. 1-1 from Garcia, low below the strike zone for ball 2. Garcia this past season had a 3.88 ERA, 3-1 record. Had 31 strikeouts for the Anteaters in his junior campaign. Sets and fires the 2-1s, cut on and missed for strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away for the Halos here in the top of the 5th. If we get that far, Dane Provost on deck and Dalton Duarte in the hole. 2-2 runs past the glove of Gonzalez to bring the count full at 3-2. Good eye from May to lay off a slider that he swung on. That was an identical pitch to the first pitch he threw. He's worked his way back in the count. Has brought it full. Oaks capping off the week today against the Halos. Garcia's payoff pitch is hit into right center for another base hit. Christopher May gets his first hit on the day, and that's the first hit given up from Garcia.
Nice hit, a fastball taken into right center field. Cut off by Miller after the hop, but still an effective 2-out hit for May.
And now the big bat of Dayton Provost will step in. He's 1 for 2 on the day, but he's given the Oaks a number of fits. The last time these two teams played, he was 3 for 5. So a big left-hander will step in. May over at first. And Nick Lacayo will actually pinch run for May. Garcia deals the first pitch, fouled out of play for strike 1. Lacayo's played catcher in 2 games that he's played against the Oaks.
He also played left in that first game here at Sparky Anderson, so a two-way player for this team.
And now showing the versatility as a pinch runner. Garcia deals the 0-1, cut on and missed for strike 2. Beautiful breaking pitch from Garcia, puts him up ahead in the count. And with an incredible size, 6'3", 190, really utilizing his frame to his advantage. Shows great composure on the mound. Fluid pitch motion. 0-2, grounded to Weinstein at short. He'll make the play over to first for out number 3. Halos can't play any runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on base. They have a big hill to climb as they trail 13-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll take a short DJ Miller to lead off for the Oaks in the bottom of the 5th. Acosta's curveball is hit up the middle for a shallow base hit into center. And DJ Miller's on with a leadoff single.
Yeah, Oaks up still 13-1 here in the bottom of the 5th, and Miller trying to force the issue even more with that leadoff single.
So quickly, Miller over at first. And Cody Santana to step in. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout. Actually, 2 RBIs on the walk that he drew. And Acosta in his second inning of work, looking to prevent more runs from coming. First pitch, Santana pops that into left field, trying to get underneath it. Is Johnson. He's not going to get there. It's going to drop, and Miller's going to be held up at second. Santana will run back over to first for a consecutive base hit. And actually, it seemed like if Miller would have put on the Jets, he probably could have been able to get over to third.
Now batting number 25, Sam Shaken.
So make that now the third hit given up from Acosta. And similar story for the Oaks in the bottom of the fifth. Santana at first, Miller at second. Sam Shaken to step in with no away in what's already been an offensive avalanche for the Oaks. Costa checks Miller at second. Deals the first pitch. Shaken fouls that back into the parking lot for strike one. Oaks 13 runs on 15 hits and no errors. Looking for more. 0-1. Just drops inside for ball one. Give you lay of the land for the Halos in just a moment. Runners at first and second. Costa comes set. Deals the 1-1. Shaken fouls that back against the screen for strike two. Give you the outfield first. Nick Lacayo over at left. Arnett Johnson switched to center. And Christian Jones in right field. Costa checks Miller over at second. Comes set. Deals the 1-2. Runs upstairs for ball two. In the infield, Dayton Provost over at third. Chris McKee at short. Blake Mann at second. Dalton Duarte at first. And Devin Peterson behind the dish. Acosta's pitch catches the inside corner for strike three. Down goes Shaken, and that puts one away for the Oaks in the bottom of the fifth.
Nice pitch on the inside corner. Shaken was frozen in his shoes. And that'll at least get an easy out, number one, but still two on base. A lot of work left to be done in this inning.
Juan Gonzalez, one of three catchers for the Oaks to step in, along with Zane Willems and Jacob Castro. The right-hander digs in. Costa's first pitch is hit into left center for a base hit. Miller's going to come around third. Santana's going to be held up at third, but Gonzalez has an RBI double. And the Oaks lead it 14-1.
Wow. This Oaks team has been fire today, Jonah. And that's fire with a capital F, because this has been an offensive onslaught. Now they've tied their most hits of the season with 16, and we're still only in the fifth inning.
So Miller came home on the hit from Gonzalez. Santana advanced over to third, and Gonzalez is up at second. And back to the bottom of the order we go. Jason Oliver will step in. Watch that pitch drop on the inside corner for strike one. Oliver is 1 for 2 on the day, but has gone on base every time due to 2 errors in that second inning. 0-1 clips him in the back. And he's going to take the bruise and walk over to first. That'll bring the bases loaded with Jordan McFarland stepping in.
Well, Jordan McFarland has been struggling as of late, Jonah, and if he is going to have any sort of opportunity to get back on track, why not on a big offensive day for the Oaks? We'll see if the fairy dust rubs off on him as well. But the bases loaded and 1 away. If he pour on a little bit more here, and McFarland looking to do just that.
And he's been in a hitting slump, although he did have a single yesterday. But for his personal confidence, a great opportunity here in this bottom of the fifth. First pitch, McFarland fouls out of play for strike one. Once again, fans, a raffle's going on. Have an opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, a Cole Calhoun autographed baseball, Mike Scioscia autographed bat, Caneo Oaks merchandise, and 225 Visa gift cards, $5 per ticket or $20 for 5 tickets. The winner need not be present. 0-1, McFarland slaps into shallow right. That's going to bring Santana home, advance the runners once again, and McFarland delivers an RBI single. Oaks lead at 15-1.
Seems like we alluded to it, Jonah. He needed that confidence booster, and he got it. Going opposite field, right on the short hop to Jones, getting Santana in. Another bases loaded situation for the new pinch hitter, Riley Jones.
And that had to feel good for McFarland. Just 6 RBIs and 52 at-bats. He struck out 19 times, but now make that his 7th RBI in the season. And 1 for 1 on the day with Riley Jones to step in. Pinch hitting for Max Weinstein, whose day is done. He was impressive 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. So the versatile second baseman and pitcher will step in, quickly pop that in the infield. Duarte going to try and use his glove to block the sun and makes the catch for out number 2.
That's an easy way to get a much-needed out if you're the Halos. Why not just have a one-pitch pop out over to first base, keep the runners at bay, but you still have to get through the big bat of Brandon Lewis, who's 4 for 4 today with a home run and 3 RBIs. He is swinging for the fences and swinging hard.
Lewis looking for potential grand slam opportunity. And what's so interesting is in the first 4 games, he was 4 for 16. But he has certainly had a breakthrough game today, 4 for 4. 4 RBIs, a home run, and 4 runs scored. First pitch, Lewis pops that high into left center, but Johnson will make the catch for out number 3. The Oaks do plate 2 more runs on 4 hits, no errors, but they leave the bases loaded. Does not matter though. They lead it 15-1. We're through 5 full here at Spark Anderson Field. On to the top of the 6th we go when we come back. Top of the 6th we go. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jonah Malkin alongside me, Jonathan Rifkin. Oaks have blown this game out of the waters. They lead it 15-1 in the top of the 6th. Flores' first pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Jacob Flores comes onto the mound in place of Alonzo Garcia in 1 inning. Gave up 1 hit, no runs, and 1 walk. And Daniel Duarte cut on and missed for strike 2.
And believe it or not, Jonah, this is not the largest lead the Oaks have had on a team in the last couple of years. They beat the SoCal Catch in 8 innings last year, 19-4.
Flores is 0-2, catches the outside corner for strike 3.
The reason
Duarte.
it only went 8, by the way, John, I didn't mean to cut you off, is I just wanted to add this really quickly, is due to darkness, the game was going too long. It was the second to last game of the season last year, and there are no lights at Sparky Anderson.
Now batting, number 37.
Flores catches Duarte looking. 3 pitches, 1 strikeout. That's the first one on the day for Flores. Jones will step in, the left-hander. Takes that pitch that runs up and away for ball 1. Jones, the Washington Husky, 0 for 2. Looking for some left-handed magic for the Halos. Top of the 6th, 1-0. Catches the inside for strike 1.
Beautiful pitch there. Lefty on lefty matchup. Flores can be a little too shaken up. His last outing was a little bit rough, but here going straight at these batters.
Flores comes set, deals the 1-1s, cut on and missed for strike 2. He's been dealing beautiful curveballs in his limited time, making his 6th appearance of the season. Playing under head coach David Solis once again. Played at Rio Mesa High School. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. And Flores is dealing. That's his 2nd strikeout of the day.
Beautiful strikeout there from Flores. First batter he faced, struck out looking, this one swinging. And that curveball that he uses at 12-6 has been placed to perfection. By the way, Angus Denton was warming up in the Oaks pen. He is sitting, but we'll see if he comes in the next inning for Solis.
Devin Peterson steps in, lays off a beautiful pitch over the heart of the plate for strike 1. He's pinch hitting in place of Daniel Edson. The USC catcher went 1 for 1. Stolen base, single, and a walk. 0-1. Runs away for ball 1. Peterson came in the 5th inning and had to watch the onslaught from a better viewpoint. 1-1. Runs low and outside for ball 2. Flores, the southpaw, as we mentioned, making his 6th appearance for the Oaks. Had a 1.49 ERA at Rio Mesa. 2-1. Catches the inside corner for strike 2.
Perfect 2-1 pitch, a fastball painting the inside corner, and against a lefty, could have them dead in their shoes.
Flores comes set, deals the 2-2, just misses the outside corner to bring the count full at 3-2. That nearly clipped the outside corner.
And that was also hard to lay off. If you're Peterson, way to stay with it and not swing the bat, because that curveball was looping and it really looked like it would have stayed in the strike zone, just following out towards that late break on the latter part of that pitch. But again, I commend Peterson on not pulling the trigger on that.
Flores steps off the mound for a second, takes the sign from Gonzalez, comes set, deals the payoff pitch, runs inside for ball 4. So back-to-back strikeouts and now a walk sends Peterson over to first. First walk on the day from Flores. Just the 3rd walk of the day for the Oaks in this game. And Peterson's on with 2 away and Blake Mann to step in. And Flores, through his entire high school career, accumulated a total of 111 strikeouts at Rio Mesa. First pitch tapped back against the screen for strike 1. Held a 10-6 record. Just an unbelievable 111 strikeouts.
That's a lot of Ks.
Flores deals the 0-1, just misses the outside for ball 1. He's been primarily using that sharp curveball. That time used the fastball, tried to clip the outside corner. With 2 away in the top of the 6th. Peterson over at first. 1-2, just runs low and inside for ball 2. Once again, want to thank our sponsors, Roadrunner Shuttle, taking us to and from all of our away games. Stephen Joseph Sweet, MD Orthopedic Surgery, Cronies Bar and Grill, and Jimmy John's. We appreciate your support, and the Oaks welcome you into their family. 2-1 pitch gets past the glove of Gonzalez. Peterson's going to head over to second on the wild pitch. And finally, the Halos have a runner in scoring position.
There was a pass ball there. It looked like it could have been a wild pitch, but because Gonzalez could have bodied up that ball and it actually just went right through his glove. It's sometimes hard to gauge those, but because it was a fastball in the dirt right over the center of the plate, Gonzalez lost it. You have to give him a pass ball on that one.
So 3-1 the count. Peterson over at second. And Mann looking for an RBI. That pitch runs upstairs for ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Sends Mann over to first with Peterson over at second.
I'll tell you what, Jonah, at least there's some consistency from Flores, striking out the first 2 batters and walking the next 2. Now, it may not be the consistency that he wants, but still consistent nonetheless. Head coach David Sleeve striding out now towards the mound.
Gonna have a talk with Gonzalez and Flores. Likes to do this in 2-out situations, just to game plan a little bit, the different scenarios that might occur. Now, it shows the type of intensity that David Solis coaches with, because the Oaks are up 15-1, so really a couple runs here and there probably wouldn't change the outcome of the game, but nonetheless, he likes the focus illustrated from his team and wanting them to continue it here in the top of the 6th. Another left-handed batter steps in, Calvin Ferris, 3rd in a row. First pitch drops on the outside corner for strike 1. Beautiful curveball from Flores, and especially on a lefty and lefty situation, he loves utilizing that curveball that drops away from batters. 0-1 fouled back, and quickly Ferris is down 0-2 in the count. Halos just 1 run on 4 hits and 4 errors, and the Oaks 15 runs, 17 hits, but no errors. And that is a key stat that I know they're pleased with. Flores checks the runner at second, deals the 0-2, runs in the ground for ball 1.
No, this is a rough day for the Halos, but they lost 2 games yesterday against the Foresters, and not only did they lose, but they lost 12-1 in that second game. So back-to-back days where the Halos are just not feeling it on the baseball diamond.
1-2 from Flores, low in the ground. Gonzalez able to get ahead of it, but that'll bring the count even at 2-2. The Oaks coming off a close called loss yesterday. DJ Miller tried to come home on a hit up the middle from Castro, but the umpires said he was tagged out at home plate. The reviews seem to think otherwise, but that's the way the call goes. Upstairs pitch brings the count full at 3-2.
Yeah, that was a bang play. We watched the replay up on the bus on the way back, and you have to give the home plate umpire the benefit of the doubt. It was 105 degrees throughout the entire game, and going through his mind was probably, let's just get out of here.
Here comes the payoff pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. Down goes Ferris, down goes the top of the 6th. Oaks looking to build on their scoring. They lead at 15-1 heading into the bottom of the 6th. Don't go anywhere, we'll take a short break. Cockrell in the cleanup spot, pinch hitting in place of Grant Mayu. Acosta's curveball just misses the top of the strike zone for ball one. Give you a lay of the land in just a moment. Acosta deals the 1-0. Cockrell lays off upstairs for ball two. Cockrell in 4 games against the Halos, struggling 4 for 14. Looking to change that here. Costa deals the 2-1, hit up the middle, and now make him 5 for 15. Cockrell with a nice leadoff base hit.
He's been doing that a lot, swinging on good pitches early in counts to lead off innings for the Oaks. He had a leadoff single yesterday. Looking very good as of late. And the Oaks will need him down the stretch. This is an offensive confidence booster for him.
For the Halos, Nick Lacayo out in left, Arnett Johnson in center, Joey Mendez at right. Give you the infield in just a moment. Miller slaps one into center, into left field, and Lacayo will make the catch for out number 1. In the infield, Blake Mann moved from second to third. Chris McKee over at short. Michael Tillman came in. He'll play second base. Dalton Duarte over at first. Devin Peterson behind the dish, and Anthony Acosta still on the mound with Cody Santana stepping in for the Oaks. Santana has had a fine game. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, an RBI, 2 RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. First pitch runs low in the ground for ball 1. Santana, the lefty, Hawaii Pacific Shark, 4.0 student this past season, and an All-American. 1-0 curveball doesn't curve on the outside for ball 2. He's had a couple bounce-back performances as of late. Had a home run a couple games ago and played very well yesterday. 2-0 just misses the bottom of the strike zone for ball 3. He got the day off against the Seco Saints yesterday, but back in the starting lineup today. 3-0 pitch just rolls outside for ball 4. So Cockrell will go over to second, and Santana over to first on the walk. Just the first walk on the day from Acosta.
Good patience there, 4-pitch walk, and now some more damage to be done possibly in this inning for the Oaks. If you're the Halos, should be a little bit frustrated with yourself. There's no reason for these Oaks batters to get on base by way of these walks. Yeah, that's only the 4th walk on the day, and they've been hitting very well, but almost seems unnecessary at this point. Why not just go straight at them?
Sam Shakin will step in. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a stand-up triple, a walk, and a strikeout. Cockrell over at second, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Sam Shakin digs in, swings and misses for strike 1. Shakin's only played in 1 of the 4 games against the Halos this season. He's 0 for 2. Or he was 0 for 2 coming into today's game. Now he's 1 for 5. 0-1 from Acosta, just misses the inside corner for ball 1. That was a close pitch from Acosta. Thought it might have clipped the inside corner, but the home umpire thought otherwise. So the Oaks, once again, runners in scoring position. Santana over at first, and Cockrell at second. Sam Shakin in the batter's box. Lays off the upstairs pitch for ball 2. Acosta, in a little over 2 innings, he's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Two-1 runs up and in for ball 3. The Oaks were fortunate enough to get 5 players to make the CCL All-Star team. Juan Gonzalez, DJ Miller, Evan McMillan, Robbie Medell, and Max Weinstein. 3-1 just misses the inside corner to bring the bases full. Another walk from Acosta. That's 2 on the day. So Cockrell over at third, Santana at second, Shaken at first. Juan Gonzalez will step in. And as I was saying with the All-Star team, head coach David Solis, the skipper for the Oaks, making his first head coach appearance for an All-Star game. 6th season as the head coach, 11th season with the Oaks. So congrats to him and all the players. Gonzalez will step in and quickly pop that high in the sky into left center. And Johnson will make the catch for out number 2, but Cockrell will tag home from third. And the Oaks lead at 16-1. A sacrifice fly from Gonzalez out in left center sends Cockrell home. Santana will be held up at second. And Shaken still over at first, but 2 away, and Jason Oliver to step in.
Yeah, 16-1 now, Jonah. That ties the biggest lead the Oaks have had in the last 2 years. Last year they won 19-4 in the second to last game of the season. It's SoCal Catch now up 16-1.
Costa nearly clips Oliver, but it's going to get past the glove of Peterson. And Shaken and Santana will advance to second and third. So 1-0 the count. And Shaken at second, Santana over at third. Jason Oliver, he just got hit by a pitch the last time he came up to bat. Is 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs scored. 1-0 taken on the inside corner for strike 1. That had to felt good for Acosta. He walked back-to-back players before Gonzalez's pop-up. Walked Shaken as well as Santana. 1-1 curveball swung on and missed for strike 2. Beautiful curveball paints the inside corner. And Oliver in 4 games against the Halos has also struggled, just 3 for 9. 1-2 grounded to third. Man will make the play over to first for out number 3. Oaks plate 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base, but they lead it 16-1 as we're through 6 full here at Sparky Anderson Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. 16-1. 16-1 our score here at Spark Anderson Field. Top of the 7th we go. Angus Denton on the mound for the Oaks. I'm Jonah Malkin, and for play-by-play on 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, my broadcasting partner, Jonathan Rifkin.
Thank you, Jonah. Nice job, as always, doing play-by-play. Arnett Johnson leading things off. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks, Angus Denton, deals a two-seamer inside for ball one. The side armor from the University of Arkansas. Taking over for Jacob Flores, who went 1 inning, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs, no hits. Denton quickly deals the 1-0. Slapped back up towards the mound. Denton gets it on the third hop and will fire it over to Lewis in time for out number 1. By the way, the Oaks have a new catcher in the game, Jacob Flores. Give you a lay of the land here. Arnett Johnson now 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 groundouts. Makes way for Chris McKee.
Now batting, number 1.
Jacob Castro, my mistake, behind the dish. Jason Oliver in right, DJ Miller in center, Jordan McFarland in left. Brandon Lewis at first. Riley Jones at second as McKee lines the first pitch he sees into the glove of Jones at second for out number 2. Finish off the infield, Sam Shaken at short, Chase Cockrell at third. Jacob Castro behind the dish, and Angus Denton, the 4th Oaks pitcher in today's game, on the mound, up 16-1 with 18 hits and no errors. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. Nick Lacayo steps in and takes the first pitch for a strike. Lacayo at the top of the order. 0 for 0. He ran 4 in the 5th. 1-0 pitch, runs outside for ball 2. Denton has been one of the most reliable Oaks relievers. Coming in for a multi-inning job. 2-0 pitch. Cut foul for strike number 1. Out of the University of Arkansas, one of 2 Arkansas players on the Oaks roster. Out on the left is Jordan McFarland, the other one. Kaya digs back in the 2-1. Cut on and missed for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Top of the 7th inning. What's been the Oaks' most explosive game of the season. Up 15 here. They put another run up. They will be in the driver's seat with their biggest lead. The 2-2 cut towards third. Cockrell gloves it and underhand glides it over to Lewis at first for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 6.5. Enjoy the 7th inning stretch with a nice cold beverage on a hot day. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then it's a cold day, but regardless, and maybe a hot dog, a hamburger, or a nice cuisine of your choice. We'll be back in the bottom of the 7th. Oaks up 16-1 here on KDTV.
Once again, the CCL will have a postseason playoff this year to determine.
Jordan 16-1 our score here at Sparky Anderson Field. Jordan McFarland will lead things off in the Oaks half of the 7th inning. Welcome back, everybody. Jonah Malkin, Jonathan Rifkin, Oaks Baseballs. McFarland's first pitch he sees is looped into center field and caught by Johnson for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away here. On bottom of the 7th. McFarland was 1 for 1 with an RBI before that. Came in as a pinch hitter for Milo Beam back in the 5th inning. Riley Jones will dig in. Popped out into foul territory to the first baseman his first time up. First pitch to Jones is taken for a strike at the knees, a 68-mile-an-hour curveball. Jones, the brother of first base coach and hitting coach for the Oaks, Kyle Jones, 0-1, another curveball taken for strike number 2. Kyle Jones, the brother of Riley Jones, all-time hitting leader at Sonoma State, the all-time triple leader in the CCL. 0-2 to Jones. Slapped foul back against the screen, so we'll do it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Oaks will have the day off tomorrow. We'll be in Long Beach at Long Beach City College on Tuesday, though, for a 5 o'clock start. Oaks and the Legend. Wednesday's the All-Star game. Thursday back at home against the Legend. 0-2 pitch to Jones. Sliced over to shallow right field. Running back on it is Tillman out of second. It's actually Provost, and he loses it in the light. That'll drop for a likely base hit. He actually got out of the way because he couldn't see it. So Riley Jones is on with a bloop single into shallow right. Provost lost the ball in the light. Runner on. And one away here for Brandon Lewis. Finishing off the Oaks schedule on Thursday, back home against the Legend. Friday against the Orange County Surf. On Saturday against Team Victory. On Sunday, they'll be on the road against the Halos. Lewis on the day, 4 for 5. 3 RBIs, a run scored, and a home run. Fly out to center is only out. The first pitch he sees is in the dirt for ball 1. He was about 8 feet short of hitting a grand slam his last at-bat. One-0 pitch, slap towards third, and that's going to go just foul for strike number 1. Lewis, the L.A. Pierce Junior College product, went to Alemany High School out in Los Angeles for 4 years. 4-year varsity player, played basketball for a year as well. Phenomenal young talent, and wherever he ends up in the fall, he will be an asset as he was to L.A. Pierce. He only played at junior college for 1 year, the 1-1 in the dirt, ball number 2. Wind picking up out towards right. The clouds creating an overcast under the sun, but it doesn't really stifle the heat at all. A 2-1. Hit high and deep to left field. Lakaya will make a play at it and make the catch. Just short of the wall. First out number 2. Riley Jones scurries back to first, and that was, about a foot short from being a home run. Lewis thought he had it.
Yeah, and Lewis almost had a second home run on the day. That would have been sensational. He was already coming into that at-bat 4 for 5 with 2 runs and 4 RBIs, but looking for a second home run, just short of the wall.
Cockrell will step in now, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Came in for Grant Mayu back in the 5th inning. First pitch, popped out towards right, but foul for strike number 1. Connor Arnold led things off for the Halos, went 1 1/3 innings. Reese Weinberg went 1 2/3 innings behind him, and now Anthony Acosta here in his 4th inning of work. Toes the rubber, kicks and fires, though. 1 low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, 1 on. The Halos will be playing the Foresters on Tuesday after their day off. Foresters and the Seco Saints currently tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the second. 1-1 pitch, runs low and away for ball 2. That's a big game for the Oaks. The Foresters lose, the Oaks win. The Oaks will only be 3.5 back out of first place. And I say only because the Oaks still have 2 games against the Foresters in the season. 2-1. Slice towards short, over the glove of McKeon into left center field. That's going to roll back to the wall. Rounding third and coming home is Jones. No, he's going to hold up, actually, though he would have had an easy time getting home. Wilson just says hold up just in case. Nonetheless, a double for Cockrell. Jones at third. 2 away here. The second hit of the inning for the Oaks.
Number 4, DJ Miller.
DJ Miller will step in on the day. 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, a walk, reach on air, and a flyout in 5 trips. Looking to capitalize on his productive day.
And it's possible with the Oaks leading 16-1. Coach Wilson just said, you know what, let's see how this last out plays out before we played another run.
And Miller slaps the first pitch he sees into foul territory for strike 1. 16 runs on 20 hits. No errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 4 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. Costa checks the runner at second, takes a breath and fires. The 0-1 in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Oaks scored 2 in the first, 10 in the second, none in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. So they've scored in every single inning but that third inning. They still got 2 runners on base in that inning as well. 1-1. Slice towards third, 2 hop, 2 man as he will make the play over to Duarte at first for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We're through 7 full here from Sparky Anderson Field. Oaks lead at 16-1. You're watching Oaks Baseball on KDTV. We'll be right back. New pitcher on the mound for the Oaks here in the top of the 8th. Ty Harper now as he deals the first pitch up and away to Dayton Provost. Moved from third to second back in the 5th inning. 1 for 3 on the day. Harper now from Texas Tech takes the mound after fellow SEC rival Angus Denton as the 1-0 pitch runs inside for ball 2. Pitched 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, no errors. Harper now was the guy up in Texas Tech last year when they made the College World Series, but dropped off a little bit this past year with an above 5 ERA, looking to get back in shape here with the Oaks. 2-0 from Harper now, cut back and out of play for strike number 1. 2-1 count, 16-1 our score, 20 hits on no errors for the Oaks. 4 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. They've been struggling as of late. They haven't had a hit since the 5th inning. We're in the top of the 8th. A 2-1. A 2-hopper into the diving glove of Cockrell from his knees across the diamond. Not in time, but a valiant effort from the Ole Miss third baseman. And you have to give it to him. The stop was just uncanny. The throw from his knees was perfect, but Provost able to beat it out nonetheless.
Yeah, just a great play from Cockrell. And even though wasn't able to get the out, it also prevents Provost from advancing to at least second. The power that he hit that ball with down the third base line could have advanced him all the way to third potentially.
Duarte steps in 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Or actually strike 1, painted the inside corner. Looking ahead for the Halos after they play the Foresters on Wednesday. They're playing Pismo Beach. 0-1 pitch, cut on a miss for strike 2 in an interleague game on Friday. They play the Foresters again on Saturday, and back here in the Conejo Valley on Sunday. 0-2, cut back for strike number 1. Or, he'll keep it at strike number 2. It's quieted down here at Cal Lutheran. The Oaks just cruising since that big second inning. They've only given up 1 run the entire game for the Halos. The 0-2, a curveball inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harper now a efficient relief pitcher. Does a very good job with control. Has a nice curveball as well as a 90 to 92 mile an hour fastball he utilizes with perfection. He Pearson fires the 1-2, cut on and missed for strike 3, and that proves my point right there. First strikeout on the day for Harper now. 1 on, 1 away now for Christian Jones in the cleanup spot. It's actually Joey Mendez, my mistake, coming in for Christian Jones in the cleanup spot. Jones's day is done. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. And Joey Mendez will dig in here. Bats right, throws left from Fresno State. Saugus, California native, takes the first pitch low and away for ball 1 at 93 miles an hour. Harper now can hit the mid-90s, but he doesn't tend to just because of how erratic some of those pitches can come off. Kicks and fires the 1-0. Runner goes, cut on a miss for strike 2. The throw is not in time. Flores to Jones. Just a little bit late as Provost slides in, and that was actually strike number 1, my mistake. Castro sets behind the dish. The 1-1 paints the outside corner for strike number 2, a changeup. 79 miles an hour on the gun. Runner in scoring position, 1 away here for the Halos, and they're not looking to come back in this game, more so just to hurt the ERAs of the opposing pitchers. The 1-2 check swung. Appeal says he didn't go, and that'll be ball 2.
Wow, that's a generous call if you're the home umpire for the Halos. Obviously, at this point in the game, it's all right. That call is not going to make or break the outcome of the game, but it certainly seemed like Mendez followed through all the way on that swing.
2-2 pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts now. Mendez sent back to the bench. 2 strikeouts on the game for Harper now, and there's 2 away now. The Halos in danger of leaving another runner in scoring position as Devin Peterson will stride in. 0 for 0 on the day with a walk. Advanced a second on a pass ball there after where he was stranded. The lefty digs in here and takes the first pitch low for ball 1. .1-0 pitch, 91 mile an hour, 2-seamer outside for ball 2. The Oaks are selling raffle tickets. You have the opportunity to win an Albert Pujols autographed bat, a Mike Trout autographed baseball, a Cole Calhoun autographed baseball, Mike Scioscia autographed back. 2-0 pitch popped up to right center field. Oliver and Miller colliding on it, and Oliver will make the catch for out number 3. To finish off this quick promo, Mike Scioscia autographed bat at Conejo Oaks merchandise, or Conejo Oaks merchandise. 2 $25 Visa gift cards, $5 per ticket. $20 for 5. Winner not need to be present. Raffle ends July 15th. We're through 7.5 here. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're through to the bottom of the 8th where the Oaks have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up after this. Cody Santana will step in here for the Oaks in the number 6 spot. Anthony Acosta on the mound for his 5th inning of work. Santana on the day, 2 for 3. 2 walks, 2 hits, 2 runs scored as he rips the first pitch he sees foul towards first base for strike 1. Along with a strikeout. Great day for him. It's going to be hard, Jonah, to figure out who the Oaks offensive player of the day is because everybody, and I mean everybody, has been unbelievable. Every Oaks batter, with the exception of Milo Beam, has reached base in some form. 0-1 pitch slapped towards first on the second hop. It's grounded by Duarte and tagged for out number 1. Beam was the starter in left for the Oaks. Went 0 for 3, but McFarland, who came in the pinch hit, Jones, who came in the pinch hit, and Cocker, who came in the pinch hit, all have at least a hit for the Oaks. That means that 12 Oaks, or actually 11 of the 12 Oaks that have played in today's game, have gotten a hit. That is an unbelievable stat. Sam Shaken digs in. Now the first pitch he sees is a curveball low for ball 1. Shaken on the day, 1 for 3 with an RBI triple, a run scored, reach on an error, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Costa delivers the 1-0. It's low for ball 2.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to give a game ball to one player. Let's just bring the entire team.
Right?
Let's just interview Coach Solis and the entire team behind him and just ask them what got into them in this game.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, Jonah. 2-0. Taking on the inside corner for strike 1.
Especially with the All-Star break looming in a day or two. Might not be.
The Oaks do have one more game before that day. The 2-1 away for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Shaken. Our Oaks postgame, after we wrap it up, will take place on Twitter. So head over there after we end our YouTube stream. You'll find out who the player of the game is. The 3-1 skied into left center field. Lacayo will make a look at it, and that one will go over the wall after a hop for a ground rule double. Sam Shaken was about a foot short of a home run, but he'll take the ground rule double instead. The Oaks have a runner in scoring position with 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Jacob Castro.
Oh, man, Sam Shaken close to joining that home run club today. Could have made it 3 for the Oaks, but instead the baseball gods kind of said, hey, you know what? You guys have had a couple too many today. Let's give it a ground rule double.
First pitch to Castro is swung on a miss for strike 1. Castro came in yesterday and went 1 for 2 in the 9th. It was a controversial finish. He hit. The Oaks were down here. I'll break this down for you, for those who weren't watching, as the 0-1 pitch to Castro is delivered, low for ball 1. The Oaks were down 7-6 in the top of the 9th inning. DJ Miller led off with a walk. Advanced to second after Zane Willems grounded out. Jordan McFarland flew out to left, and then Jacob Castro hit a ball into center field that got down for a singles. The 1-1 is ripped towards first. One hopper to Duarte is taken for out number 2, but advancing on the plate of third is Shaken. After that ball got down, Miller rounded third and came home. The throw from Blake Burton out and right got to the home plate before Miller did, but Miller got under the tag. It was clear on the replay that he did indeed get under the tag, but the home plate umpire called him out. And that's how the Oaks lost yesterday's game, a controversial ending, but at the end of the day, the umpire's call stands. Jason Oliver steps in now. Taps the first pitch. He sees foul for ball 1. Hit by a pitch, a single, reached on 2 errors, and a ground out in his 5 trips. 16 runs, 21 hits, no errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 5 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. The 0-1 paints the outside corner for strike number 2.
Beautiful pitch on the outside from Acosta. One of his best thrown pitches. He threw it with dignity and pride. You could see he had a nice tail at the end of it. Clipped the outside corner for a nice strike.
0-2 pending. Acosta deals. Sliced into shallow right field. That's going to drop for a single. Another one for Oliver. He's reached base 5 of the 6 times he's been up at the plate, either by errors or a hit by pitch, and in this case, a single. The 22nd hit on the day for the Oaks. They have runners on first. Now, by the way, that did bring in Shaken. So an RBI single brings in another run. Oaks up 17-1 now. And Jordan McFarland steps in and rips the first pitch he sees in the left field, and that's going to drop for a single. Jordan McFarland now 2 for 3 on the day, and the Oaks are just piling on the hits here, now 23, resulting in 17 runs. And with 2 away, 2 runners on for Riley Jones, 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a pop out into foul territory.
And I think this was a really smart move from Coach Solis to insert McFarland towards the end of this game. He's been struggling, and now that he's got a chance to watch a couple drop in the outfield, should reinvigorate him a bit.
First pitch taken on the inside corner for strike one. By the way, an update, the Foresters scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second. They still have runners on second and third. 4-1 now over the Saints. So this is a big win for the Oaks. So not try to fall behind the Foresters further. 0-1 is a curveball slash towards short. The 1 hop to McKee is fired over to Duarte at first for out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through 8 full here. Oaks lead at 17-1. Top of the 9th we go.
Number 23, Blake Mann.
Blake Mann leads things off here in the top of the 9th inning. Welcome back, everybody. Oaks up 17-1 in a long game that has really boded well for Conejo. Miguel Salud takes the mound for the Oaks. Harper now went 1 inning. Gave up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no runs, no walks. That was it. Salud from Cal Lutheran, deals the first pitch inside to Blake Mann for ball 1. Want to give a special shout out to former Oaks general manager Vern Merrill, who is currently watching the game at the McKenna Golf and Beach Club in Maui. Nice to hear from you, Vern, and we hope you're doing well out there in Hawaii. The Oaks for a number of years. Man on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk. He reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. Oaks with 23 hits today. Their most in over 2 years. The 1-0 from Salud, a 1 hopper over to Jones at second. He'll catch it and toss it over to Lewis for out number 1. A couple of other shout outs. Helen Rifkin, my mother, listening to today's broadcast. Milo Beam's mother, Nellie Beam. Sanja Cockrell, Chase Cockrell's mom, and Jody Johnston, Jason Oliver's mother. I'm sure there are other parents listening out there. Feel free to tweet at us if you want a shout out, or maybe you don't want to embarrass your child, but we like to embarrass them, so we'll do it on your behalf. Calvin Ferris steps in and takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 for 3 on the day is the Brown product, an RBI single that accounted for the only Halos run of the day. Got out to first and a strikeout under his belt. Salute deals the 0-1. Strike at the knees for strike number 2. The 0-2, swung and missed. No, for strike 3, a pitch in the dirt, catches fairs on strikeouts. The first on the day for Salute, who was named the most outstanding player in the Division III World Series when his Cal Lutheran Kingsmen won. And Arnett Johnson will step in here. The final breath of hope, down 16 in the top of the 9th from Cal State Los Angeles. 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts and a walk. It's out on a double play thereafter. Digs in the first pitch from Salute. Low and inside for ball 1. Lokes have a day off tomorrow. Join us on Tuesday in Long Beach, about 2 hours southwest of here at Long Beach City College. The Oaks and the Legend will duke it out on the diamond. Salute deals the 1-0 on the inside corner for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 17 runs on 23 hits. No errors for the Oaks. 1 run, 4 hits. Or actually 5 hits, 4 errors for the Halos. They have a day off before playing the Foresters on Wednesday. The 1-1 from Salute. It's a curveball upstairs for ball number 2. Salute, and one of those other players on Cal Lutheran that is a Division I player in a Division III school, or Division I talent, I should say. Phenomenal placement, a fastball that zips in between 90 and 93 miles an hour. As he sets and fires the 2-1. At the knees for strike number 2, though Castro did mishandle it. 2's across the board now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Oaks up 17-1. This will be their biggest win in a long time, and a much-needed offensive outburst that will actually be the biggest win in the CCL this year as well. 23 hits. The 2-2 popped back out of play. And we'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waiting patiently on deck is Chris McKee if we get that far in the inning. McKee sporting the brown Cal State LA helmet. The 2-2 dealt, swung and missed for strike 3. Down goes, Johnson, not McKee, for out number 3, and that's the ball game. Final score and line for you. The Oaks win it 17-1. They get 17 hits or runs on 23 hits and no errors. They leave 16 on base. The Halos get 1 run on 5 hits, 4 errors. And they leave a total of 7 on base. Jonah, this was the game the Oaks needed. A 23-hit, 17-1 win. They have been slumping as of late offensively. They had a 10-run second inning. And for Coach Shalisa's squad, you have to feel happy about this one.
There's one word that can describe this game, and that's just awe. It's unbelievable, the type of transformation. And we knew this team had this capability, especially on the offensive end. They're loaded with firepower, but this was the first game this season that they've put it all together, along with their defense, having no errors, just an all-around game, and you have to be extremely pleased if you're Coach David Solis. You can't really nitpick anything. Everyone played extremely well. The bullpen was strong, gave up just 1 run. A total of 5 hits. You said it, 5 hits, and a couple of them kind of came towards the later end of the game when it was already out of hand. Just an all-around tremendous performance. The Oaks have to be certainly proud of themselves.
Some big offensive days for the Oaks. Jason Oliver in the number 9 spot reached base 5 of the 6 times he was in the batter's box. 2 errors, along with 2 hits, a triple, a single, and RBI. He was hit by a pitch. To go along with that, Brandon Lewis had an incredible day at the plate. 2 flyouts, but before that he was 4 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. Max Weinstein also on the day. Went 3 for 4 with 3 singles, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. And Grant Mayu, who is our Oaks Offensive Player of the Day, will be interviewing him on the Oaks postgame interview on Twitter. After being before being pinch hit for in the 6th, went 1 for 3, but he reached base twice with a home run and 2 runs scored. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the broadcast. For everybody who made this broadcast possible, head coach David Salisa, big thanks to Vince Sigissi and everybody in the Halos staff that helped us with our information, our statistician Keith Schneider, our team ops guy Chris Raffanelli, my broadcasting partner Jonah Malkin. My name is Jonathan Rifkin, signing off. The Oaks have a day off tomorrow for heading to Long Beach on Tuesday. We hope to see you there. Head over to Twitter for Oaks postgame. Jonah will be interviewing Grant Mayu in just about 5 minutes. Once again, the Oaks win it 17-1. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday and have a great day off tomorrow. And remember, always love Oaks Nation.